Good evening. I'd like to call the City of Menasha Common Council meeting to order. Please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we sit down, could we have a moment of silence?
Could we have roll call, please?
Alderman Kraut-Kramer. Here. Alderman Olszewski. Here. Alderman Keehan. Here. Alderman Zielinski. Here. Alderman Spencer. Here. Alderman Benner. Here. Alderman Nichols. Here. Alderman Taylor has been excused.
The first item on the agenda this evening is public comments on any matter of concern to the city. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak this evening? Seeing no one, we'll move on to the report of department head, staff, and consultants. We have the minutes and communications to receive this evening. Do we have a motion? Alderman Benner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I'd like to make a motion to receive and put on file minutes A through G and communications H through J.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Item G is the consent agenda. There are 8 items on the agenda this evening. The minutes to approve from the Special Common Council meeting of November 16th and the Common Council meeting of November 16th, and the minutes from the Special Common Council meeting of November 23rd. The Board of Public Works recommendations from November 16th to approve the street use application for First Eve to Thursday, December 31st, 2015, and a payment to Borshi Roofing Professionals for the Library City Hall re-roofing project in the amount of $1,000. It's payment 3 and final. The Personnel Committee recommendations from November 16th for a 2% pay increase for city non-represented employees, excluding police supervisory lieutenants and library employees, effective January 3rd, 2016, and a 1% pay increase plus a 1% lump sum bonus for the police supervisory lieutenants, effective January 3rd, 2016. And the Plan Commission recommendations from November 17th for the certified survey map for 186 Main Street, subject to review of staff and applicable building codes. Does anyone wish to have any of those items separated this evening? Alderman Kraut-Kramer?
Could we separate 4, please? I have a question on that.
Sure. Well, could you turn your...
Oh, sorry.
Anyone else? Seeing no one else, do we have a motion for the remainder? Alderman Benner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At this time, I make a motion to approve consent agenda items 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 8.
Is there a second? Could we have a roll call vote, please?
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Do you want to ask your question first, Alderman Kraut-Kramer?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Question to Director Radke or Attorney Captain. I know there's a question the last time if we had the insurance for First Eve. Did we get that? And do we have the proper signatures and all that good stuff?
No, we got the insurance, but I think Pam was able to look at it.
I did look at it. There are a couple of changes that have to be made to it, so that will have to occur before any permit is issued.
Okay. Thank you.
Is it something that needs the item held, or can we do it internally?
It's whatever the pleasure of the council
Okay.
is.
Could you explain what the change might be then? I'm not sure exactly what it was.
First of all, the street use application will have to be re-signed because it's dated October 31st, 2015, and the insurance is at the end of November, and so it becomes effective if there's a contractual obligation to have the insurance. So that has to be re-signed with the information about the proper insurance company, because this one, I believe, may have been from last year or something, but it's not the correct insurance company, it's not the correct policy number. In addition to that, it does indicate, it references the location being, I'm just trying to find where this is. There's some adjustment that needs to be done on that. It says Curtis Reed Square / Main Street. That's not the only premises that's involved. There are a couple other streets that are involved, so they have to be specifically identified as well.
Okay. Alderman. Apparently you don't work, Dan. There you go.
Good. Pam, is there something, could we pass this on and have those things taken care of by next week? It wouldn't go through unless he did take care of those items?
And even if if there was an approval tonight, that's correct, it would not be issued because according to the ordinance, you have to have the insurance in place before a permit is issued. So the permit, we wouldn't be able to issue the permit even with the approval until the insurance is,
We couldn't make the approval contingent on that?
I know you have done that before, so it's up to the pleasure of the council if they wish to do that.
If we didn't, would we have to have a special meeting to get this thing through for, no, not for.
I don't believe
We'd have
so.
one more meeting.
I believe there's one
So
additional
they can
meeting.
get it all figured out by then. Thank
So
you.
whichever,
So is it the pleasure of the council to have it appear on the next meeting, or did you want to make a motion contingent? Alderman Benner?
Mr. Mayor, I'll just make a motion to postpone.
Okay. So there's a motion on the table to postpone to the next council meeting? Is that fine, Alderman Benner? We may end up having a special council meeting potentially for the walkway projects, so it could fall on that one then as well if it was ready. Okay. So there's a motion on the floor to postpone this item to the next council meeting. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The motion carries. Item I is action items. The first item is the accounts payable and payroll for November 19th through December 3rd. Is there a motion? Alderman Nichols.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll move to approve the accounts payable and payroll for the term of 11/19/15 to 12/3/15 in the amount of $1,563,668.08.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Item 2 is the beverage operators license applications for the 2015 through 17 licensing period. Is there a motion? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll move to approve the beverage operators license applications for the 2015 through 2017 licensing period as listed under approved on the police department's memo dated December 2nd, 2015.
It's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
Director Kyle has asked that we do not take action on number 3, the development agreement for Woodland Development. There's some changes that need to happen to that. Item 4, I guess I should ask if that's the pleasure of the council or if they'd like to pass it as is. Okay. Otherwise, we're going to have to amend it again. Item 4 is the appointment of election inspectors for the city of Menasha. Is there a motion? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll move for the approval of the election inspectors for the city of Menasha for the 2016-2017 elections as presented in the memo from Clerk Galeazzi.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, do we need a roll call vote on this, Debbie?
Either
It looks like you'd like to make a roll call vote, so we'll do a roll call vote. Mike looks like he's all ready.
Trying to get Zelensky's green lights and make
Oh, okay.
Motion carried on roll call 7-0.
border surge.
Item L is appointments. There are 3. The first one is the appointment of Samantha Zinth to the Landmarks Commission. Is there a motion? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll move for the mayor's appointment of Samantha Zinth, 419 Name Street, Menasha, to the Landmarks Commission for the term of 12/7/15 to 3/1/2018.
There's a motion, a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. The second and third, we could either do together or separately at your pleasure. It's the council's pleasure. I'll let you make the motions. Alderman Benner?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This time I'd like to make a motion to approve the mayor's appointment of Antoine, is that it? Tynes as an alternate on the Board of Appeals and also as an alternate for the Housing Authority.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Item N is public comment on any matter listed on the agenda. Is there anyone from the public who wishes to speak? Seeing no one, do we have a motion to adjourn? Oh, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a motion and a second. All those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you.